So one of the biggest reasons why modern women like to cheat is because they
boyfriend's not trading the stock market with Uncle Charters. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I gotta talk to you guys about the charts. We got some new context. We got some things that we need to discuss. First and foremost, before I even talk to you guys about the bull case scenario and the bear case scenario, I gotta give you guys the recap of the day. You guys see that big body green candle, the SPY bounce today, guys. And of course, Uncle Charters has his Discord where I write all my analysis, all my plans of action, all my alerts, and all that happy stuff. Whatever you guys want to call it, this is what I wrote. It's bearish until it isn't. All we can do is react. If 536.5 and 538 clears, 539.5 and 542 are in play. Clearing those levels would put 543.5 and 545 in play. Okay? If it finally clears, I was talking about that 545 level, okay? 545 level was based on the downtrend line of that red line. This red down trend level. Okay? Multiple tests. One test, two tests, three tests. We had the fourth test yesterday. Today we got a breakout of that downtrend line. 545, and I wrote if it finally clears, bullish with 548 and 549.6 plus in play. All right, guys? And I wrote from here, if 535 failed, I would favor more downside. And I wrote here, guys, 536.5 showed buying pressure. And if 538 clears next, 539.5 and 542 incoming. What happened? Well, we look at the 15-minute chart, guys. We look at the 15-minute chart. What was Uncle Charters talking about? I was talking about the first candle. The first candle, we had buying pressure. We did not break it down on the 15-minute chart, the 536.5 level. Let me show you guys closer, zoom in more. This red line right there, that's the 536.5 level. That red line bounced. Next level was 538, and I wrote there. If 538 clears next, 539.5 and 542 incoming, guys. 538 cleared. 539.5 cleared, all on the 15-minute chart, master traders. And look at that, just a one directional move to the upside. Don't you guys just love trend days when the market just picks a direction, just sticks with it? Today is what we would call an easy day. Okay, it's not always like this. You guys know, you guys been trading for a while. We don't always get days like today. That's why I just appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank you, market makers, for making today easy for us. At least for us sheep style traders. I don't know about anyone else, but for sheep style traders, we did really good today, just following the levels. Congratulations. But let's talk about the next plan. Let's talk about this big downtrend line that has kept SPY bearish for the last few months. And for the first time after 4 touches, we got a breakout right there, guys. And I mentioned about that 545 level on my Discord. I don't know if I mentioned in yesterday's video. I think I did, but that was the breakout, and above it would have put 548 and 549.6 in play. We got pretty close to testing it. Pretty close. Didn't quite hit it, got pretty close. But as long as above 545, those are my next resistance level, guys. And as long as above 545, SPY is in breakout mode. Breakout mode equals bullishness. Bullishness means more upside as possible. Okay? That's the bull case scenario. As long as above 545, and I mean, this trend line does slope down, and I do have a fib level at 543.3, which we also cleared today as well. So as long as above 545 and 543.3 lowest, I would recommend all of us, including myself, to stay bullish. And clearing 548 and 549.6 would be bullish follow through. If those levels clear tomorrow, guys, I will be looking to long with 551, 552.5, 554, 555.5 or higher as my targets, as long as above 545 and 543.3. SPY's in breakout mode, which means this it's possible, guys. And I know some of you guys are not gonna like hearing this. It's possible that some type of bottom could be in. Okay. Now, even if you don't believe a bottom is in, which is totally understandable, we at the very least do have a gap that needs to be filled. Couple of gaps actually. There's one at 555 and 569. Okay, so there is some technical reasons for SPY to head up. So even if you're not fully convinced to be bullish just yet, which I'm not either, okay, one breakout is not enough. We need some follow through tomorrow. We'll see how the week ends tomorrow, okay? We'll see how the week ends tomorrow. But like I said, as long as above 545 and 543.3 lowest, Uncle Charles, will remain bullish. I'll always play it level to level because I'm always going to put safety first. Level to level, and then if I do want to go for play a potential bigger move, I'm doing it with runners. Market maker's not going to play me, and I pray to God they're not going to play my fellow sheeps. Okay? Level to level, just secure your profit, leave them runners for potential bigger move. All right? Now that's the bull case scenario. But Uncle is a sheep style trader. I don't just cover one side. I need to be prepared and cover the other side. I need all of us to prepare and listen to the bear case scenario. Hear me out, guys. Like I said, for the past few months, since mid-February, we're about to be in May now, guys. We've been in a downtrend. SPY has been bearish. 4 tests of this downtrend line, which means we got to watch out for the area of liquidity. Now, this is not something I talk about often. I know I should talk more often about it, but it's not something I talk about often. But if you study Uncle's educational section, you guys should know about the AOL, the area of liquidity. If you've been trading with Uncle for a few years, or even if you've been trading on your own or with other mentors, I'm sure your other mentors have told you guys about the areas of liquidity, or AKA the stop loss hunting, right? You guys know all about the stop loss hunting. Let me give you guys an example. In the educational section of Uncle Charlie's Discord, I have this little thing, stop loss hunting. And it shows you an image, a visual image of what stop loss hunting is, okay? You guys see the support levels, right? This is the idea that this is the support level. You guys see the dashes or the lines. Below it would be where the cluster of support levels are. Market makers love to stop out those clusters of support level. That means they have to attack it. They have to drop price below support level or bearish resistant level. In this example, is a support level before they push the market higher. Okay, they go for the stop loss and then they reverse it. Stop loss hunting. They attack the area of liquidity. Now we know what stop loss hunting is, right? So when we look at the daily chart, we can see that we had months of liquidity building up just above this downtrend line. And for the first time in 2025, SPY, courtesy of the market makers, decided we are going to attack the area of liquidity. It is being attacked now. Does this make sense to everybody? So remember the bull case scenario. As long as above 545 and 543.3, we are in breakout mode. We should stay bullish. But we are sheeps, which means we are followers. But what do we follow? We follow the price action. So this means if we break down 545, if we break down 543.3 tomorrow, even a gap down, we would be in false breakout mode. False breakout puts in tops. False breakouts are bearish. Now you combine that with this context of the downtrend line, with what I just explained to you about what a stop loss hunting is, what the area of liquidity is. It's been attacked. If bears that are watching this chart were to look for a place, the best place to go for puts where do you guys think they would enter? They would enter probably as close to that downtrend line as possible, correct? Which means if they had a stop loss, they would possibly put it above that trend line. So now that we got the breakout, that area of liquidity has been attacked. The question now is, will the bear case scenario play out? And if it is, that means 545 will break down. That means 543.3 will break down. Because once we get that false breakout set up, that will be the price action. Telling you that yesterday, or well, today's bounce, today's breakout was just a bull trap. Today's breakout was just stop loss hunting. Attacking the area of liquidity, but the market maker's main thing was to push it down lower. Now, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. All I know is the bull case scenario and the bear case scenario. I don't know what the market makers are going to have the price do tomorrow. But all I know is the levels, I know the setups, and I know what I'm going to do. How I'm going to react. Above 545 and 543.3 lowest, I'm going to remain bullish. So if it starts clearing next resistance level at 548 and 549.6 or 551, Uncle charters will be looking for calls. And if it breaks down those support levels, false breakdown of support, whatever, the main thing is it needs to invalidate today's breakout, get below 545 and 543.3. We do that. If price does that, guys, that's your signal to get bearish. That is your false breakout. Does that make sense? If you guys need extra guidance, check the pinned comment below and join Uncle's Discord. I give you more guidance in my Discord throughout the day. I'll work hard for you. I won't let you down. Let's do it. Now, moving on to Triple Q. Also got a big bounce. Now, here's the thing. I was talking about Triple Q in yesterday's video. Is it lagging or is it leading? Because while SPY managed to give us a breakdown, it managed to give us a breakdown of the 20 daily moving average yesterday, which it recaptured today. Triple Q never lost the 20 daily moving average. As a matter of fact, it treated it like support. And now we can see in hindsight that bounce led to something. It led to a bounce. It led to more upside. It led to breakouts of resistant levels. Today, it cleared a fib level at 466.5. Right now, it's gapping around 469. So I have the next resistant level at 471 and 472.3 with 474, 47 and 477 above. All right, I got 480 above that as well. All right, as long as above 466.4, Triple Q broke out, or in this context recaptured the fib level of 466.4. Above 466.4, I recommend staying bullish on Triple Q. Okay, it's all about, let me explain why 466.4 is important. Okay, I'm gonna move my lines. You guys know downtrends, right? It consists of lower lows and lower highs, right? So you look for the low, let me get my line here. Look for the low right there. Boom. Look, this low right here. What is that? March 12th, March 11th, March 10th, around that time of Triple Q. You see that pivot low? That's the low. That's the lower low. This is the pivot high. You guys can see, right? Lower lows, lower highs. This is one of the lows of the structure of the bear trend. Okay? So I'm watching that pivot low, the structure of the bear trend. And it even respected as support multiple times. It also respected as resistance. Today, we recaptured that level. Okay? The structure has been invaded. Okay, if you will. The structure is showing signs of change. Okay? So, what was that level? 466.4. Above that level, stay bullish. All right? Now, like I said, if we're going to get bearish and call a top, we need the false breakout setup. So, since we broke out 466.4, I do not recommend getting bearish until we lose that level 466.4 to invalidate today's breakout and put 465, 463, and 460 or lower back in play, guys. Okay? 466.4 is the equilibrium tomorrow. Above it, we are overall bullish. Breakout of 471, 472.3, and 474 should send us up to 477 and 480. But if we break down support level 468 and 466.4, we are going to drop like a fly back to the downside. Here is NVDA. NVDA managed to recapture the 20 daily moving average. Good for NVDA. It cleared 105. If it can stay above 107, the next fib level I have is at 108.6 and then 110. We cleared those levels. More upside is possible. There is the gap around the 111 area. So got to get above 111. I have a fib level at 111.7. So if we get to that level, definitely the gap can be filled. All right, stay bullish above 105 and clearing 108.6 would be bullish follow through. If you want to get bearish, got to break down 107. We got to break down 105. That'll put NVDA back below the 20 daily moving average. Back below the 20 daily moving average would give us a false breakout setup on NVDA, and that is your trigger to go bearish. But right now, as long as above, we're in breakout mode. Tesla also in breakout mode, okay? But you guys see that downtrend line, this blue downtrend line, but it's the same approach that I have for Tesla that I have for SPY, okay? Watch out for the area of liquidity, because for the past month, since late March, I had this blue downtrend line. We had 4 touches. That's 4, guys. 4 touches, so you got to respect that downtrend line. And we broke it out today. So for tomorrow, if bears want a false breakout setup, they will need to break back below 256 and 254.4, which also happens to be a fib level. Below 254.4, I would be bearish once again on Tesla. But right now, we are in breakout mode. And tomorrow, if 263.5 and 265 clears, 270 or higher is incoming. It's a good chance we can go test the 278 to the 280 area based on a bigger down trend line, okay? But this, don't get bearish unless we get a false breakout setup. Otherwise, we're in breakout mode. That's bullish, okay, guys? Bears, I'm really sorry, guys. All right, just remember, Uncle is a sheep. I'm trying to report the charts unbiasedly, objectively, without putting my own emotions or 2 cents into it. Just unbiased, call it straight down the middle. You know what I mean? The coin, very nice bounce. Very, very nice bounce. We talked about that 195.4 and 197 level. We needed to see those levels recaptured today. And it did clear 200, and it was a very, very nice bounce. Next resistance I have is at, well, I was going to say 205, but it's above that. I have next at 207, okay? 207 is a tough one. 207 is a tough one. We had a few tests around that area, the 207 area, a couple of tests, and it rejected. So that's the next resistance. And if it does clear, we can go for the gap fill around 215. That would be a beautiful bounce. Clearing 207 to go for 215 for the gap fill. $8 pop. That would be very nice, okay? But if 207 defends, 205, 203.8, 202, and 200 must fail. Those are support level. Trust no rejection unless support levels fail. Okay? 205, 203.8, 202, and 200. Those levels fail, go short. We are pretty overextended from the 5 daily moving average. You guys know how I feel about the 5 daily moving average. It's a good moving average for the short term. And then when it gets pretty far extended, it tends to pull back a little bit. Will tomorrow be that day for coin? We'll see. Okay? Play this unbiased. 207 clears, more upside. Incoming. 205 and 203.8 fails. Could get a pullback. And here is the VIX looking bearish, guys. Guys, since we lost that 31.4 fib level, it's been bearish. We've been heading down lower. I mentioned you don't want to get bullish unless that level recaptures. It's been aging pretty well. We also lost 30 and 28.5. It looked like we lost 27. I have the next fib level at 25.7. So that's in play. And if it fails, more downside incoming. Trust no bounce unless 27, 28.2, and 30 can recapture at this point. And if they do, it's going to be beautiful. Guys, thank you so much for watching and being here with Uncle Charters. I know it was a little bit late, but I had to talk to you guys. All right, I had to talk to you guys. I love you guys. Have a safe night. Peace.